Cagney. I'm reading a book for you. I hope you like it. It's called Bug Safari. And you know why I'm reading it for you? Because your mommy told me that you really like to watch ants and learn about them. So, here's a story for you. I was lost in a bug-infested jungle one hot summer day. I was all alone, looking for a way back to base camp, when I saw a long line of marching black ants. Where could they be going? It looked like an ant safari. Was this a way out of the jungle? I decided to follow. Oh, there they are. Let's see where they go. In all of my travels, I had never seen anything like the ant safari. Some of the ants carried things to eat, such as leaves, seeds, or bits of other insects. The ant safari was in a hurry to get somewhere. The ants didn't even look up at the big dragonfly that buzzed over their heads. We headed deep into the dark, unknown jungle. There's the dragonfly. But the ants didn't care. They just kept marching. I crawled over rocks and through mud. I had to find out where those ants were going. The safari passed under flowers that were humming with honeybees collecting pollen. There's the honeybees. But the ants kept going. I was measuring one of the ants with my ruler when the other ants zoomed past me and a slow-moving dung beetle. There's the dung beetle. I noticed that the ants talked to one another by touching antennae on top of their heads. They all knew where they were going. We were moving quickly, but to where and what? Where do you think they're going, Cagney? Then I saw them up ahead, red ants. The black ants were fighting them. The tiny red ants were fierce and hit the black ants. The black ants stood their ground. There they are in a magnifying glass. And battled for several minutes until the outnumbered red ants finally ran away. One of the black ants took charge. I called it the general. The wounded were treated, and the safari continued. So they took care of each other, didn't they? I was baking in the sun because it was so hot, right? I had a drink from my canteen. Just one sip left. The ants became very excited. They had come upon what is that? A toad sitting in the middle of their path. Most of the ants ran around it, but a few of them got zapped. Why would they keep going with all of this danger? Where could they be headed? Let's find out. Then, look at those red words. Then I saw it. A giant green mantis in the bush above the ants. One of the ants was plucked up and eaten, but all the others marched ahead. They passed under sticky spider webs, spotted beetles, and noisy crickets that made a chirping noise as we passed by. I picked my way through the jungle. I had scraped my knees and cut my finger, and I needed medical attention. I bravely pressed onward, hoping I would one day see another human being. I think he's going to be okay. There's the praying mantis. And look how the ant got caught by the praying mantis. Oh, sad. All of a sudden, look at him. A hairy black spider pounced in front of the ants. The general led the safari around the giant spider, but I feared the worst. I hid my eyes and ducked for cover. Then, with a swooshing sound, the spider was gone. I looked up to see its 8 legs wiggling in the beak of a robin. We were all safe for the moment. The general marched on. Off we go. Where are they going, Cagney? Oh, look at this. I was out of water, famished, and covered with bites. Then I heard a faint sound in the distance. I was perfectly still in the brush so I could listen very carefully. A lone mosquito buzzed past my ear. Do you see it right there? Finally, I heard the call. A human voice. Base camp! What do you see right there? Is that a butterfly? Lunch was ready. To my surprise, I discovered where the ants were going. What does that look like? Is that a sandwich, maybe? Where were the ants going, Cagney? Watch, you're going to see very soon. What did the ants find? Yum! It's cake, isn't it? That looks delicious, doesn't it? I love a good safari, and so do the ants. So they were going for a picnic, weren't they? See the ants? What else do we see in the picture? What's that? A ladybug? What's that? A bee? What have we here? Butterfly? Do you remember this guy? Praying mantis? What's this? That looks like a walking stick. It's called a walking stick, I think. What do we have right here? Like the dung beetle, I think. The end. Does that lunch look yummy? I hope you're having a good day. Love you.